Hello friends, this is going to be another video on Django function based view. Let me show you what I have got in this. Well, I have created one application by the name called dropdown. Yeah, you rightly heard, it's about HTML select option. That's what I will be focusing over here. So I gave the name of the project as dropdown, and I have got one template within which I have got one index.html. I will open this file, but before that let's go and check what is there inside the project. Well, I have created the urls.py file which is going to give a call to the file called view, and inside the view there is a function called country_lookup. Yes, let me show you this file, and here is the view and here is what you can see. Now remember one thing, that when we are talking about function based view, when the URL will be given a call, like when I will type localhost :8000, I will hit the enter. So this would map with this particular empty route and it would come to this particular file called views, within which I have a function called country_lookup. This particular function is going to be called. Now please do remember this thing, that initially when the page will be loaded for the first time, at that point of time the if condition is not going to be true because user did not click on the submit button. Hence what would happen? Well, I have created one property over here by the name called context, which is of the type dictionary. As you can see, the body of the dictionary is defined right over here. Now apart from that, what else I have got? I have got one more dictionary over here by the name called countries, and this country has got the key, the country name, and the respective capitals. I repeat, the key is United States, France, Germany. These are the keys, and the corresponding are the capital. So this is one dictionary I have created. Although I know it's a static dictionary, but still, whatever you will come across this particular video, I think it would be quite handy for you to understand, and subsequently you can make use of this whole concept for further upgradation. So I said that this is a dictionary. Now what? This dictionary, I'm passing it as a member inside this another dictionary called context. So look over here, I have written over here the country as a key, and this country dictionary I'm putting it over here as a value. Is that the only thing? Of course not. Apart from that, I have got one more key which is empty right now, that is called message, and there's one more key called selected country. That means the country which I will be selecting, which is also currently empty. So this is what the content of the context or content of the dictionary is. And since it is like I didn't click on the button, submit button, so the if condition is not going to be true, and hence it will come to the render function and it will give a call to the, well, this is the folder name that is called home, and let me show you that. And over here it is, I have a folder called home inside the template, and within that I have got the index.html. So this index.html is going to be rendered. Along with that, we are passing the context as an argument. So naturally this context will be captured by this index.html. So let me show you what is there in the index.html, and here it comes. Well, this is the file of the index.html, and but before that it would be good enough if I can run and I can show you right over here. So let me write over here call localhost :8000. I hit the enter, and as I do that, what do you see? What you see right over here? Well, over here you see that there is a drop down. Yeah, rightly you saw. If I click over here, the drop down is showing all those countries that we just now saw in the dictionary. So the drop down is right over here. Now how this drop down is getting populated, that what we are going to see over here. So this is where the select HTML select option comes in picture, and just now we saw that when this particular render function got called, I passed on this particular dictionary to this index.html page, so the control came right over here. Now this is something which is very important, and you must be very careful over to understand how this is going to work. Please see over here how it is working. So first thing is that this is my Django template tag, and this is what you need to understand. So since I'm passing this, let me show you once again. I'm passing the context, and inside the context I have got one key called countries. So this is the one which I would be tracking, because this particular country holds this entire dictionary, right? And that is what I have to iterate. And this is what the most challenging part of this particular video, that how do I iterate so that I generate this drop down, and this drop down will be based on this dictionary that is coming from the Django into the HTML. And that's what I'm going to do over here. In order to iterate through a dictionary in the template tag, you have to use .items. Please take a note. I repeat, if you have to iterate through a dictionary in the Django template tag in the HTML, you have to use .item property. Now once you use the .item, well, what happens is that you get the data in the form of key and value separately. So you get the key, you get the value separately. That means the key is United States, France, Germany. These are the key, and the corresponding values are like Washington, Paris, Berlin. These are its value. So that's what you are getting by virtue of this line, and it's very important that you come across this particular line. Now what I'm going to do, we know that inside the HTML select option there is a option that is called value. Inside the value I'm just populating that key. So the key, that means the corresponding United States, France, Germany, that would get populated right over here. And well, can you guess why this portion is there? Well, let me crop this portion for the time being. Let me show you what we are getting over here, and the corresponding this is the one which I'm showing over here. This is the one, the key which you are seeing is the corresponding key which you are seeing. Now what I'm going to do, what I want is, based on this particular key, that means the key which I will be selecting from this drop down, I have to show the name of the capital right over here, and that is what I am targeting. Okay, remember this portion, I have chopped out certain thing from here. I will show you why did I chop that one, you will understand soon. So this is now what is getting populated. That means the moment when you are typing localhost colon 8000, the view.html view.py got called, and index.html is getting data from this context, and finally this data is getting populated right over here. Now from here, when I will be choosing a particular item, suppose I choose Germany, and I will be clicking on the submit button. Now what happens? In this time the view would pass the parameter request, and this request will map with the method equals to post, because yes, the user did click the button. That's the reason the method equals to post is not true. Now what we have to do, very interestingly, from the request.post.get, I have the name of this, let me show you. The name of the DOM element, or the name of the ID of the DOM element, is called country. I'm going to pick up the data from that DOM element. So from this line I picked up the value, the data which the user has selected, that is right over here. So either, like in my case, currently I have selected Germany, so inside the country I have got the Germany. Now what I'm going to do, now I'm going to compare that from the dictionary called countries. If Germany is the key, then what would be the corresponding value? That's what I'm going to track, and that's what I'm going to store right over here. So countries is the dictionary, and .get, inside the get I have got the Germany, and since Germany is one of the key, so Berlin will come and get stored inside the capital. Had there been a case where country where Germany was not there, in that case the country not found would have got stored over here. But in this case this is not happened, because already the value is right over here. So the corresponding, so that means from the dictionary the Germany has been selected, and from this Germany I got the value capital, that is the Berlin, got stored over here. Now I'm creating, you remember inside this context I have got one key called message, which was initially empty. There where I'm rendering this particular formatted string, I'm saying that the capital of the country that the user selected is right over here, that is Germany, has a capital called Berlin. So this entire string is getting populated, and it's getting assigned to this particular, inside the context this particular key is going to hold that value. Along with that, the country is also getting stored over here. Now why am I doing this? You will soon understand this, but right now I omitted that line, so naturally this particular line will not be used, but nonetheless you will be seeing the message. So let's come over here and let me reload the page once again, and let me choose the Germany over here, and I click the capital over here. The moment I do that, look over here, it's showing correctly the capital of Germany is Berlin. Yes, everything is correct. That's what the output is. But did you notice one thing? As I clicked on the button, again you got back the very first item of the drop down. Okay, it's not showing that I selected Germany. That's what I'm not showing. Let me show once again that I selected India, and I click on the get capital. It would show me correctly that India's capital is New Delhi, but over here you see the drop down got changed and became United States, and this is what I don't want. What I want is that when I will be clicking on submit button, the item which I have chosen, that should stay over here. And for that reason, what we have to do, we have to use the attribute called selected. We have to use the attribute called selected, and for that reason I am using this particular if condition over here. From here I passed on the name of the country, and that country is right over here, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm checking that if key is equals to country. Yeah, one of the keys is definitely country. In that case I would make it as selected. This selected attribute is coming from regular HTML. And now what will happen, since the country which I have selected is one of the key, hence that would get selected. Well, let me show you that. Let me reload the page, and let's come over here. Let me choose Germany once again, and let me click on this. Previously what we saw, the moment I clicked that, it was United States, we saw the result, but still over here United States didn't come. Germany is selected. Let me show you. Let's go for Japan, and let's click on the get capital, and see the capital of Japan is Tokyo. That is getting displayed, and this time the item did not get changed. United States didn't get changed. Is Germany, is Japan is selected. Okay, such an amazing thing that this particular statement could do. So within the help of the Jinja, yeah, this is what the template engine of Django is. With the help of Jinja, I can manipulate the data coming from Django into my HTML. Isn't sound interesting? Yes. So this particular video was all about to show you how you can populate dynamically the drop down data coming from the Django into the HTML, and if this is what possible, that means other DOM element like checkbox, radio button, they also can be generated dynamically, isn't it? Yes, of course. And that's what we will be seeing in the coming videos. So that's all from this video presentation. Hope you find interesting about this context. See you soon. Bye bye.